We're making my favorite food today. We're making pasta. I'm so excited. I have a delicious vegan butternut squash vodka sauce for you. Yep, you heard it right. We're hitting all the fall feels with the butternut squash and the cinnamon, combined with the goodness of a vodka sauce. Gonna be creamy, delicious, and it's pretty easy to make. So let's do it. The hair is up, so you know we mean business. Okay, to start, I already started doing this before without you guys, but I have some cashews boiling right back there. We are literally just using good old-fashioned raw cashews. Now here's the deal, cashews are expensive, so I have two tips for you. One, you can buy the cashew pieces. They are cheaper because they are not a whole cashew. You know, like these, if you've never seen how a cashew grows, I'll link a video down below for you. No wonder they're so expensive, but you don't need a whole cashew because we're gonna blend these. So you could just use cashew pieces. We're all the same and they're like $1 cheaper. You get them at Trader Joe's. The other option that I have for you is if you are nut-free or just want to substitute the cashews, you could sub in white beans or tofu or blended up cauliflower. Now this will change the creaminess of the dish a little bit, okay? Don't expect it to be entirely the same, but it does a pretty good job substituting it. So if you want to use one of those options, depending on what you like, but either way. So I'm boiling these cashews for about 30 minutes. If you want to soak them ahead overnight, you can. I don't have enough foresight to do that, so boil them for 30 minutes. It does the same exact thing. I'm gonna start off by cutting half of an onion. I always go for Vidalia onions if I can get it. Get out of here, we don't need you. So, I don't think I told you guys the story of this knife. My boyfriend gave me this knife, which was very sweet because he was like, I think it'll look really nice in your videos, and I think it's a really good knife, and just thought it was really cute that he wanted to support me in that way. Everything is getting blended, so big pieces like this is perfectly fine. Into my pot, I'll put my little chopped onions in there. I'll try to separate them out a little bit with your hands if you can. 3 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna add a little oil, maybe a lot of oil. That was about a tablespoon, it's fine. And we'll start to saute this on the stove. We're getting some traction in here. You can see everything's starting to cook. You want to do this low and slow. I'm actually gonna lower the heat in 1 second, but I'm gonna throw in a little vegan butter and drop the heat slightly because I don't want things to burn. Just gonna give this a little mix around. And you can see everything is softening. It smells really delicious in here as well. So I'll just keep letting this do its thing for a few more minutes. These are what our cashews look like when they're done boiling. So they're much more plump. They're a little bit chubbier and they're squishier. They're definitely softer. I can break it very easily with my hand, as you can see. So that's the consistency and texture we're going for with these cashews. Let's talk about our vodka choice. Okay, here's the deal. There's a lot of vodkas out there. Not all vodkas are created equally, but when you're cooking, you don't need the most expensive vodka in the world. You just need one that you, in theory, would like to drink, okay? So whatever that means to you. I'm not gonna tell you which vodka to use. Vodka's vegan, clear alcohol is vegan. Use the one that feels like good to you. You don't have to go out and buy anything super crazy expensive. Most of this gets cooked off and reduced down. So whatever you like. I'm like pretty partial, I guess, to Tito's. I feel like that's a pretty good brand, but you know, something that's not too cheap, that's gonna literally taste like burning alcohol, but something that has a good enough taste that's not breaking the bank. And also, this should go without saying, but unflavored vodka, we don't need any Stoli orange in here or anything like that. Unflavored, good old-fashioned vodka. If you want to skip the vodka, feel free to. You don't need to replace it with anything. You can just leave it out. If you want to add in like a little veggie broth or something like that, you can, but you could just skip it. If you don't drink, if you don't keep alcohol in the house, if you just don't want to use it. There are some nights when I want a creamy pasta, but I don't necessarily need like a vodka pasta. I have this flame very low because obviously alcohol is flammable, so be careful. So we're going to pour in our vodka. We need 1/3 of a cup or 2 shot glasses worth. I'm just kidding, 80 milliliters worth. And now once I got the vodka poured in there, I'll raise the heat a little bit. And we're gonna let this just cook and reduce down. So as you can see, we've reduced down quite a bit. Most of that vodka is cooked off and almost gone, but that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. And these onions are nice and soft now, the garlic's soft. So we will get on to the blending. In our blender, we're adding a few things. First, we're gonna add in those cashews that we boiled. Then we're gonna add our onion and garlic. And then last but certainly not least, we're doing non-dairy milk. We wanna do about 1/2 cup unsweetened, unflavored. And now you just blend this. And I usually refer to this as like my cashew heavy cream because it'll come out creamy. You'll see in a second. So we got our cream all done and made. It's very thick, which is exactly what you want. Like if I stick my spoon in it, it's thick. It moves, but it's thick, like it's sticking to the spoon. You know what I mean? For the pasta choice, you can use any pasta that you like. I'm using the Bonza chickpea pasta. I just prefer this pasta right now for me in my life, but you use whatever pasta you like. I don't care what kind of pasta you use. I do care what kind of pasta shape you use because I am very partial to rigatoni or mezzi rigatoni. Did I just get a little sauce in my face? No, just water. So I prefer you use that kind of a shape for this pasta dish per se, but obviously do whatever you like. Use any pasta you like. It's going to taste delicious and it truly doesn't matter. Although there is science to say that different pasta shapes make different pasta taste better. So if you can use rigatoni or mezzi rigatoni, that's what I would tell you to do. So we got the vodka part of the pasta done. Now we need the butternut squash part. This is butternut squash puree. They sell it in a can. I honestly didn't know that they sold this, so this is great. I'm gonna be utilizing this all fall long. So we're gonna scoop in half a cup, which is 130 grams. Just plopping it in there. Just like that. Then we're gonna pour in that cashew cream that we made. I like to add a little water into the blender and mix it around and then just to be able to get like the rest of the cream. Next up, we're going in with a little bit of cinnamon, do a little bit of salt, a sprinkle of sugar, about 2 teaspoons. This will bring out extra sweetness. And bring this over to the stove. Now over a pretty low heat, you can just mix this all together. Get the butternut squash incorporated into the cashew cream. Let it all warm up and turn into a nice, delicious sauce. It's a very pale color. I was actually surprised the first time I made it because it was so light orange, but it's so delicious. This is literally like the ultimate fall pasta dish, in my opinion. My pasta water is boiling away, so salt it a little because I didn't do that. Whoops. And pour in the pasta. Look at how velvety and luscious the sauce is. Oh, it's so good. Now, normally when I do add in pasta, I always say to save a little bit of pasta water, but when you use gluten-free pasta, you kind of don't want to do that. So I just pretty much drained this all out. I might have let these pasta go for a few minutes too long. The Bonza pasta can break a little bit easily, but looks good to me. When it comes to garnishing this dish, I don't think you need much, just some fresh chopped up parsley. Looks really pretty on top, and I think that's truly all you need. If you want to add some vegan Parmesan, you definitely can, but like I said, I didn't even think it needs it. And now let's plate this beauty up. I'll just take a nice big scoops of my pasta. Clean up on aisle vegan. Give a little sprinkle of the parsley on top. And boy, is that beautiful. Look at that. Now, of course, time for the taste test. This pasta is seriously so good. I can't tell you enough that you have to make it. It's sweet. Tastes like butternut squash soup almost. And that was our delicious butternut squash vodka pasta. I hope you give this a try. So good for chilly nights. Make this with my cheesy garlic bread. That is the move right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen other fall recipes, check them out. I'm putting out a lot of great ones for you. Full recipe for this is on the blog, linked in the description box down below. I also write all the ingredients in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon with another fall recipe. Bye.